Hi everyone, this is your Hurricane Tracker video update for Wednesday, September 22nd of 2010. We're only down to one active storm in the Atlantic Basin, which is Lisa. Igor is no more. It's converted itself into a extratropical cyclone. Therefore, the Hurricane Center is no longer issuing any advisories on Igor. But Igor will continue to affect northern Canada over the next few days. We do have a new disturbance in the Caribbean that's threatening to develop, and a tropical depression over the Baja Peninsula of Mexico, which is threatening to bring some heavy rains later this week into Arizona. Well, let's start off with our active storm, Tropical Storm Lisa. This morning has maximum sustained winds of only 45 miles an hour, moving to the east-northeast at 5 miles an hour. And if you look at the satellite presentation, it doesn't look very well organized at the moment. And computer models are all over the place. Some computer models take it north into the Atlantic, some take it northwest, some move it west, and one even takes it back towards Africa. So that just indicates that the steering currents in the Atlantic, in the eastern Atlantic, are very weak at the moment. Lisa is being impacted by some vertical wind shear, which is preventing the storm to strengthen at the moment. And the National Hurricane Center is stressing that because the steering currents are weak, their confidence is very low as to where Lisa is going to eventually go, and if the storm will strengthen over the next few days. However, though Lisa is so far out in the Atlantic, it should not affect any land masses. And there's a good chance that early next week, Lisa will be ripped apart by upper level westerly wind shear. Much what like happened to Tropical Storm Julia late last week. So we'll keep an eye on Lisa and let you know if anything changes. But right now, I wouldn't worry too much about Lisa. We do have a vigorous tropical disturbance in the southern Caribbean Sea. An area low pressure has formed there over the southern Caribbean, just off the northern South American coast. There's a 60% chance of it becoming a tropical depression by Friday. The waters in the Caribbean are very warm, as we've told you before. The wind shear is low, only 5 to 10 knots. The hurricane hunters are flying out there this afternoon to determine if a tropical depression is forming. But overall, the disturbance should continue moving westward towards the Nicaraguan coast and promises to bring heavy rains to Central America later this week. Right now, the threat to the United States is uncertain. Most computer models want to take the storm into Central America, and of course, once it interacts with the landmass, it will weaken. But early this weekend, there is going to be an upper level trough coming south over the southeastern U.S. seaboard. And there is a couple of computer models that are indicating that this trough of low pressure could actually pick up whatever we have in the Caribbean and move it northward into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So there's still a there is a small chance of that happening, but right now the danger to the U.S. is uncertain. It's just too far away, and there's too many variables to determine if this storm will end up in the Gulf of Mexico. But if it does develop, its name would be Matthew, and we will keep you updated on this storm and any of the latest changes. But just keep in mind, we could have a new tropical depression in the Caribbean before the week is over. And before we let you go, we do have a tropical depression Georgette over the Baja Peninsula. Moving to the north-northwest at 12 miles an hour, has sustained winds at 35 miles an hour. And sometime on Thursday, it should bring quite a bit of heavy rain into the Phoenix and Tucson metropolitan areas. And so it will be a wet into the week for Arizona, thanks to Georgette. And there's a tropical storm watch here for the northwestern Mexican coast. Because the storm's over water, there's a slight chance the winds could increase a little bit and reclassify Georgette back into a tropical storm. Computer models with Georgette, most of the computer models want to take it north into the southwestern U.S. A few of them want to take it over into West Texas. But if you live in the southwestern United States, anywhere from El Paso through New Mexico to Arizona, keep an eye on this, as it could bring some potentially flooding rains to the southwest U.S. later this week. And thanks so much for listening to our video update. Excuse me. And we will be back to talk to you as soon as we can and keep you updated with the latest information with the tropics. And thanks so much for being a Hurricane Tracker customer, everybody. And we hope you have a great day. Thanks for listening.